The class of 2023 starts strong. MHS students are welcomed with high energy at the annual kickoff rally. And we update you on the MHS construction project. This is MET News. Welcome to MET News. I'm Katie Benson and welcome back to school. Let's get right to the lead. The annual Start Strong Freshman Orientation was held at Middleborough High School on August 20th and 21st. The upperclassmen led the way for freshmen and showed them the true spirit Middleborough has. This orientation program also helps upcoming freshmen prepare for their freshman year. There's no shortage of energy in this highlight produced by Kaylee Tobin.
Sugar, just step into your sneakers and step behind the speakers. Your heart will keep me beating and make me a believer. Don't you want me? Don't you want me? I need some mercy on my soul right now. Give me what you got. Oh, oh, oh. Give me what you got. Oh, 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 oh. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care when we're dancing tonight. Just as long as you're there in the freak of the light. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care if I'm losing my way. I've been waiting for you as the night fades away. So roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. Can I get an amen when the night ends? There's no winner when you're walking alone. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care when we're dancing tonight. Just as long as you're there in the break of the light. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care if I'm losing my way. I've been waiting for you as the night fades away. So roll up, roll up, roll up.
On Thursday, September 5th, MHS students were welcomed back for the new school year with a presentation from Speaker Eddie Slowakowski. Let's check out a story produced by Noah Miles to find out more.
Students are packing into the gym to get ready for the back-to-school rally, ready to start the year off right. Eddie Slowakowski will speak and get the energy up, freshmen will learn what it truly means to be a sachem, and the upperclassmen will get back into the spirit of MHS. Mr. Brannigan introduced Eddie with high praise for his work with students.
I have seen his work at many levels, and I think he does an outstanding job of connecting with students. So without further ado, if you would please give a warm Middleborough welcome to Eddie Slowakowski.
Eddie showed a great display of real-world knowledge and advice for students in the 21st century. He engaged students during his speech with music and emotional stories.
So when I was putting together my first speech, I thought, how can I incorporate music when I'm telling these stories to make it more emotional?
The music really made his whole presentation come together because it made it interactive for the crowd and everybody knew the songs that he was playing, so it was like really fun for everybody.
The most engaging part of Eddie's speech was the Dylan story.
And when I finished my speech, a bunch of people came up and wanted to talk to me. One gentleman walked by the group and he stood off in the wings of the stage, trying to compose himself. When he looked up, you could already see the tears welling up in his eyes when he said, "My son was Dylan." Dylan was one of the 6-year-old kids shot and killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School.
Here's what Eddie had to say about the importance of Dylan Hockley's legacy.
He was this beautiful little boy who brought joy to everyone that was in his presence. Well, you can do the same thing.
I was up there in the stands and I saw a bunch of kids tearing up and everything, and it just goes to show that no matter what the circumstances of their life are, they can always be involved with everybody.
Finally, Eddie ended off the presentation with a dance to pick the energy up and send the students into the new year with confidence. The back-to-school rally at MHS was definitely a success this year. All of the students were engaged and had high energy for the new school year. This is Noah Miles for MET News.
Varsity volleyball played their first 2 home games against Plymouth North and Norwell on September 6th and 9th. The girls played very hard, but unfortunately both games ended with a 0-3 loss. The girls had better luck in their next home game on September 11th against Abington. The game ended with a winning score of 3-1. Good luck to the team in the rest of their season. Be sure to support them at their next home game on Wednesday, September 18th. The Ladies Sachem soccer team has started off strong with a great tie against the D1 team, Bridgewater Rainham, on September 3rd. With a last-minute goal by Megan Labrie to tie the game, a number of great saves by Maggie DeRosiers, the team displayed a great effort on the field. Unfortunately, the Lady Sachems were unable to pull out a win against East Bridgewater on Tuesday, September 10th, with a score of 6-0. The ladies worked hard and gave everything they had, but sadly fell short. To watch any future home games, varsity plays at Purchase Street Soccer Fields or stop by the Field of Dreams to watch JV. The Middleborough boys soccer team, led by captains Josh Savard, Aiden McKenna, and Nathan Krapensky, fought hard but unfortunately came up short against both East and West Bridgewater. In the West Bridgewater game on September 6th, the boys had a tough match, losing 2-7 with goals scored by Andrew Aben and Matt Medeiros. The Sachems continued to fight on September 9th at East Bridgewater but lost 2-5 to the Vikings, with Sachem goals scored by Mason Pinasusa and Matt Farley. Senior goalie Jake DeLuca had some excellent saves in his first season at net. The JV team lost 2-7 against West Bridgewater in their first game, with goals scored by Eric Sabrino. With improved team chemistry in the first 2, they managed to close a game against East Bridgewater, losing 2-3. Goals scored by Eric Sabrino and Jamie Swartz. Varsity boys soccer will continue their season with 2 home games this week versus Norwell on Wednesday the 18th and Carver on Friday, September 20th. Both games will start at 4 p.m. at the Purchase Street Soccer Fields. The Sachems football team started off their season with a tough 42-26 loss to the Apponequet Lakers. Tim Crowley turned in a great game, throwing 395 yards and 4 touchdowns. Isaiah Cobbs had 2 touchdowns. Zach Stefino had a great game with 93 yards and a touchdown. Jake Seagrave had a touchdown, and Kyle Maloney led the team in receiving with 122 yards. Best of luck with the rest of the season, boys. The Sachems' next game is Friday, September 20th at home against Bishop Stang, with a kickoff at 4 p.m. at Battis Field. MHS is on the move. This year, the Middleborough High School cross-country team will be competing at Nichols Middle School due to the current construction at the new MHS. Stop by the new course to cheer on and watch the runners compete. The boys and girls teams are led by Captain Shay Gallagher and Paul Giovanoni. The girls team kicked off the season with a winning record on September 10th with wins over Rockland and EB. The boys team split with 1-1 record on the day and wins over Rockland and a close loss to EB. The boys and girls host Randolph on September 19th at 4 p.m. The golf team started off their season with wins over Carver, Rockland, and East Bridgewater. The team is led by captains Matt DeRosiers and Chris Cogan, with Colby Allen playing at number 1. MHS Golf plays their next 3 matches on the road at Carver, Norwell, and New Bedford. Best of luck to the team this season as they build on the success from last year. The Ladies Sachems field hockey team kicked off the season with a great win against Sturgis West with a score of 6-0. The ladies displayed a great teamwork and a jump on the possible tourney-bound season. The Sachems were unable to come up with a win against the reigning tourney team Cohasset, but quickly rebounded with a 6-1 win versus Mashpee on September 10th. Stop by to watch the ladies in action with upcoming games on Tuesday the 24th and Friday the 27th. Unified Basketball is back for the 2nd season at MHS. Unified Sports promotes social inclusion by joining people with and without intellectual disabilities on the same team. The MHS community has recently been named a 2019 official Special Olympics Massachusetts Unified Champion School. Additionally, Middleborough High School was named a National Banner School for their work with inclusion and unified sports within our school. Sign-ups for Unified Basketball have begun and are available for anyone interested in joining this amazing and inclusive team. Sign-ups are on Family ID, and if you have any questions, ask Ryan, Sylvia, or Paul Brannigan. Unified Basketball is a great way to give back to the community, and it's a lot of fun. Don't hesitate to join because you won't regret this unforgettable experience. The future of Middleborough High School is looking bright with the construction of the new building underway. The Fontaine Brothers construction team has been hard at work all summer, and their progression is not going unnoticed. The turf field and track are nearly complete. Although they will not be ready for games, access for practice is scheduled to be made available this fall. The Middleborough athletic program will be striving for success with the state-of-the-art facilities featuring the glimmering orange and black M in the center of the field. Steel construction of the academic portion of the building is up and taking shape. Due to the construction, the Middleborough administration has modified the traffic flow on campus, creating a one-way traffic system. Teachers are instructed to park and recently added temporary parking, while students are encouraged to use the existing parking lots near the gym and old bus lobby. MHS staff appreciate your patience with traffic during arrival and dismissal and encourage all pickups to take place at 2 p.m. after buses are dismissed. We understand everything will be worth it in the end when we walk the halls of our brand new school. Auditions for this year's SCW Fall Show, The Crucible, were on September 10th and 11th. The Crucible is a 1953 play by American playwright Arthur Miller. It is a dramatized and partially fictional story of the Salem witch trials that took place in the Massachusetts Bay Colony during 1692 and 93. MET News will keep you updated on the performance dates when it becomes available. MHS Class of 2021 is hosting this year's 4th annual Car, Truck, and Motorcycle Show on September 21st. The car show will take place at the Brooklyn Elementary School from 9 to 3 p.m. This event is free to the public and is $10 to register a car. There will be raffles, awards, food, music, and much more. Make sure to check out and support the Class of 2021. This year's AP students will be recognized at the annual AP Kickoff Rally on 9 a.m. Friday, September 20th. Looking for community service hours? Sign up for the upcoming Jimmy Fund fundraiser on September 22nd because it is an event that you won't regret. Mark your calendars, MHS, because Picture Day is on Wednesday, September 25th. And if you were an upperclassman looking to be a lock-in facilitator, sign-ups have already begun. The Google form is located at the Middleborough High School Stuco Instagram page. Feel free to try something new and get involved. Thank you for joining us for this first episode of MET News for the 2019-2020 school year. Tune in to MET on Friday, September 20th at 6 p.m. for our next episode. I'm Katie Benson, and have a great night.